All right, time now to check out what's happening at the box office this weekend and what Hollywood is streaming. We're joined now by film critic Tom Santilli. And Tom, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, it's great to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
You're always welcome. You know, we're still a week away from Top Gun Maverick. That's being released. But there are also a number of other sequels that people are anxious to see. And tell us a little bit about what's playing.
Yeah, so everybody's kind of clamoring for Top Gun. Comes out next weekend, Memorial Day weekend. This weekend we have the second Downton Abbey feature film, Downton Abbey: A New Era. Now, full disclosure, I do not know much about Downton Abbey. I didn't watch a series, and not for any reason particularly. I just never got around to it. Missed the first movie, so I also didn't see the second movie, so I haven't seen this movie. It's getting early good reviews. This series, if you don't know or have been under a rock the last several years, this is one of the most highly acclaimed series, and really the films too, in history. It has more Emmy nominations for an international TV series than any other show in history, and people just love it. So that's really the big box office movie this weekend, Downton Abbey: A New Era. It will be streaming in 45 days from now. It seems to be kind of the new window. So that actually happens to be July 4th is when it'll come to the Peacock streaming network. Mm-hmm. So if you don't want to go to theater to see it, you can wait. But I think there's going to be a lot of people seeing it in theaters this weekend. All
right, so a lot of people are going to be seeing that. That's primarily for adults. Not that the content is adult. It's just maybe not very action-packed for kids. Not enough to keep them. However, we do have something for kids. Chippendale, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was really excited about this movie. It's on Disney Plus as of today. It's the Chippendale Rescue Rangers, the movie. However, it is not exactly what you think. And in fact, this movie is actually, even though it seems like it might be geared towards kids, it's actually geared towards the adults that maybe grew up watching Chippendale Rescue Rangers in the early 90s. The Chippendale are voiced by John Mulaney and Andy Samberg. And this film is kind of a knockoff version of like Roger Rabbit. They have so many intellectual properties, other characters from other, non-Disney entities kind of appear in this movie. There's Muppets that pop around. So it's really kind of a nostalgia. I put in my review that it doesn't just drip nostalgia. It kind of shoots nostalgia out of a fire hose at you. So if you grew up with these guys, you might like this movie. I thought it was really funny. But it kind of really doesn't have anything to do with the original series, believe it or not. Okay, and
and the reviews, are the reviews good?
It's been getting pretty positive reviews. I think it's around 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. So yeah, I think people are liking it for its originality and its humor. But I think people forget Chippendale have been around since the 40s, so it's not like they just started in the 90s. So kind of the old school Chippendale fan is like forgotten with this movie. But I think it's funny enough. I just really don't know if kids are going to be into it if they can't get the references.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that heads up. And also, you have your eye on some things going on locally on the film scene. What's going on?
Yeah, I like to spotlight some things too. One of my favorite local theaters is the Redford Theater, of course, in Redford. This weekend, they're actually doing a Detroit weekend. They're playing some Detroit-themed movies. Tonight is Beverly Hills Cop, starring Eddie Murphy, the classic film. He's a Detroit cop, goes to Beverly Hills. And then tomorrow night, they have RoboCop, which, of course, is like a futuristic Detroit. So look up for those at the Redford Theater this weekend. They have themed weekends all the time, so check them out at theredfordtheater.com.
All right, yeah, a little Axel Foley for us over there at the Redford Theater. And you have a ticket giveaway to tell us about. What's going on there?
Yeah, so we gave away tickets last week to the Top Gun Maverick coming out. Also coming out next weekend, though, is the Bob's Burgers movie, the Fox animated series. If you go to the link on the screen, gofobo.com/WXYZ Bob's, you can get yourself some free tickets. There's an advanced screening next week, and go do that. And if I could real quick too, one last plug, another streaming thing this weekend is on HBO Max. It's a 2-part George Carlin documentary, the great comedian, and I really highly recommend people check that out.
All right, of course, George Carlin, legendary comedian. Lots of your favorite comedians today will say, I grew up watching.
Absolutely.
If I didn't watch George Carlin live, I watched tapes of him or listened to him. He's fantastic. And thank you so much, Tom, for highlighting that. Now, very quickly, where can people find your reviews of all this playing in movies and streaming?
Yeah, go to movieshowplus.com for all my written reviews. We have celebrity interviews and all kinds of other stuff on there. So just check out movieshowplus.com.
All right, Tom Santilli, thank you so much for joining us. Always appreciate your insight.
Have a great weekend. Thanks, man.
Thanks, you too.